Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Cam Talks Rugby. Round 4, the United Rugby Championship. It's starting to hotten up, and I wouldn't have expected Leinster to be at the bottom, right there, chilling with the Sharks. Who would have expected this to happen? Probably Zebre towards the topish of the half of the table. It's looking interesting so far, the United Rugby Championship. Yes, okay, it's early days, so let's not get carried away, Zebre fans. Let's not get carried away, Bulls fans, Stormers fans. Leinster's going to come back. Sharks are going to come back as well. So, look, guys, we're going to be talking into the URC fixtures this weekend, going into round 4. And damn, there's some big games on the weekend. Some big ones. I'm going to start off with Friday night. Got the fixture list right here in front of me on my phone, utilizing the URC app. And the first game, we've got Edinburgh versus Benetton Friday night. That's going to be insane. Insane. As I say that, the green light comes on for Benetton. Could it be a sign that Benetton's going to win this weekend against Edinburgh at home? I don't know. I don't know. I think Edinburgh's at home, by the way. It's in Scotland, that game. It's in Edinburgh. Edinburgh's playing in Edinburgh. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how it all goes down. Okay, because I don't think Edinburgh's going to potentially let this one slip. They want to be wanting to fight back from the game that they went down to. They went down to Munster on the weekend, and Munster played out of their socks in that game to bring it back from the depths and win that game the way they did. Especially not forgetting that beautiful try that created by Culver Nash on the wing. So, look, Edinburgh, Benetton. I'm going to go with Edinburgh this weekend. Just because I see Benetton, they've been playing very well, but I just don't see them being consistent. I do see them slipping up a game, and I do think they probably will slip this one up against Edinburgh. Is it a bold prediction? I think so. I think Edinburgh are going to take this one very, very seriously. So, big game. Connacht and the Bulls on Friday night as well. We've got Connacht and the Bulls on Friday night, and that'll be a big one as well. Galway is always very windy. I actually lived in Galway for a year and a half in Dunmore, and it's very windy and wet. I don't know what the weather's like this weekend. We're going to have to look at the weather forecast and see exactly what the story is. But it looks like Connacht want to bounce back from this one as well. They went down to Cardiff on the weekend in a really tight fair game where Tom Bowen and Callum Sheedy both played outside their socks in that game for Cardiff and really stepped up. I do see Bulls taking this one. They're going to be hungry after they lost to Ulster. I think they're going to be right on Connacht. It's not a very easy start for Stuart Lancaster and his boys in Connacht, but it's going to be a tasty affair. On Friday night, we've also got the Dragons and Cardiff. I see Cardiff winning that game. It's a Welsh derby. I love the fact that we're having a derby on Friday night with Cardiff and Dragons. I like the Dragons team. I do see that there's some positives to them this season. They've made some good signings as well. And I think they will only get better. They can only get better, but I think they will get better. I think they will get better as the tournament goes on. We might see a few surprises from them. But I think Cardiff are just playing out their socks right now with Tom Bowen, Callum Sheedy and the likes. You know, having Lee Halfpenny as well in Cardiff is like a huge asset for the younger players to actually learn more and grow. You know, imagine Tom Bowen now with the talent that he is learning from Lee Halfpenny. I think that's fantastic for Welsh rugby and also Cardiff. So I think Cardiff will win that one. I'm going to go with Cardiff over the Dragons. If I have to give you a score, I think 20 points, 15 points. I don't see it being too crazy, but I also don't see them just winning it. I think they're going to win convincingly against the Dragons. Let's see if the Dragons prove me wrong. On Saturday, we've got Lions and the Scarlets. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Home game for the Lions. Our Lions really need a win. I do see them taking a win in this game against the Scarlets just because of that high fault, you know, coming from Wales all the way to Johannesburg. It's going to be tough on the Scarlets. I don't see them getting the win against the Lions in Joburg. I don't see that happening. But look, the Scarlets are there to prove a point. This weekend they went down and it wasn't the best game they've ever played. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But I'm going to go Lions for that game. I think the Lions, they're hungry and they need a change. They need to win this game. The Sharks up against Ulster on Saturday afternoon as well. This is probably one that's getting me very excited for the weekend. I wouldn't say it's my most favourite game for the weekend, but it's definitely something that's getting me super excited because Ulster are playing outside their socks. Ulster got a really good team. I love Nathan Doak at 9 and his combination with Jano Augustus at 8. It's like it's a really, really cool combination where Augustus is actually knocking on the door to be a Springbok right now. And then you've got Doak who's playing outside his socks as well in the Ulster jersey. I think it's gonna be a very interesting game. I don't know. I'm gonna go with home ground on this one, just because the Sharks have their Springboks back. The Sharks will be getting their Springboks back, ladies and gentlemen, and we probably could see Eben Etzebeth, Sia Khaleesi, Oxenchair, and the likes take the stage. Not to forget that the Sharks today have just signed Thomas du Toit. I don't know if that's an early announcement. I don't know if I read that article correct. I just saw an article coming into this call, so I don't know if it's 100% true, but I'll create another video on that and let's see exactly what the story is. But I'm going to go with Sharks this game just because they've got the Springboks back. Leinster-Munster on Saturday afternoon as well after the Sharks and Ulster game. If it's going to be a Super Saturday, then it doesn't get any better than this. Leinster and Ulster on Saturday. What a game this is going to be. Leinster haven't had the best start. I think they've had their worst ever URC, Pro 14, Pro 12, Celtic League, whatever you want to call it, start ever. 2 games, 0 points in both games, something like that, or first game. I don't know. But they were very convincing against the Sharks. They picked it up. And Munster haven't been bad themselves. So this is going to be a very interesting game, guys. I do see Leinster getting the win because it's going to be at Croke Park. Probably a packed Croke Park for this one. It's going to be in a sea of red and blue. I'm going to really look forward to this game. I don't know. I think Leinster will make some important changes for this one. They're going to have a few internationals back as well. And I think it's going to be an absolute cool game to watch. I don't know if Munster might go with Jack Crowley at 10. I actually saw that photo of Jack Crowley and Sam Prendergast being compared on the URC Instagram page to Johnny Sexton and Ronan O'Gara back in the day. So look, could it be the new Sexton and O'Gara stepping into the jerseys? Obviously, I don't know. I'll let you guys compare. But I'm looking forward to this game. On Saturday night, we've got Zebre and the Stormers here in Parma. I might actually go and watch that game. I live in Milan, quite close to Parma. So I might go ahead and watch that game. But I see the Stormers putting that one out the bag. I don't see Zebre. Zebre will put in a big performance. They'll put in a very big shift for that game, in my opinion, because of how they went on against Ospreys. It wasn't their best result. They got 0 points in Wales, so definitely not something that they're proud of. But I do see them putting in a big shift against the Stormers, or could it just be the Sasha show again in Parma this time? So look, or Damien Phillips at 15. I really like the Stormers team. Stormers are by far the best attacking team after the first 3 rounds of the competition. I think it's 99 points, just under 100 points or something they've accumulated in the first 3 rounds of that game. That means that's an average 33 points per game so far. And I think they've conceded the least amount of points. Not to forget, they conceded 0 against Leinster. So I think the Stormers are going to be big, and I think it's too much of an ask for Zebre to win this game. But I don't think it's going to be a walk away. I think it's maybe a 15 point, 20 point difference between the two. I think the Stormers will pull this one out the bag. Ospreys and Glasgow to close off the evening. And look, guys, I'm excited for the Ospreys and Glasgow game as well. I think the Ospreys have really stepped up against Zebre, and it's a huge win for Welsh rugby because a strong Ospreys is always needed in Welsh rugby. And I think Cardiff and the Ospreys are kind of holding the Welsh flag nice and high right now. And I do see Glasgow getting the win here. I do see them pulling it by a few points. I don't see it being a crazy affair. I don't think it'll be 50 points. Glasgow did annihilate Dragons on the weekend, okay? But I don't see them smashing Ospreys. I don't see them smashing them, okay? I do see it as a good result though. So I'm gonna go Glasgow for this game against the Ospreys. Awesome, guys. I'm excited for this weekend. I'm gonna get back to you on the news on Thomas Tutoya going to the Sharks, because if that's true, then that's absolutely insane. Do the Sharks really need more forwards? Do they really need more Springboks? I don't know. But I'm excited as well. Leinster-Munster, for my Irish fans, guys tuning in, that's going to be insane. So, look, guys, have a great rest of the week. We'll touch base before the weekend. God bless you all and look after yourselves.